Good morning. I was trying to make this slide in as graceful as possible, but that's not me. I only have a little bit of grace. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Pop Culture Club. I think I'm live streaming. I'm a little bit late because I guess you can't live stream on, what's the Apple browser? You can only do it on the Chrome browser, which I had to download. And then I had to remember all my passwords. And I'm not good at remembering all my passwords. So yeah, I'm a little bit frazzled, but we're here, we're live, we're ready to go. Okay, today we are going to be going over a little bit of remaining Oscars news, kind of wrapping that up. I'm gonna adjust a little. There we go. Okay. And then we're gonna go over the Bad Baby and Alabama Barker drama. I've been so excited to talk to someone about that, even if I'm just yelling it into the void. And then lastly, we'll go over our Bachelor recap. I'm going to wait till the end to avoid spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers, you can either listen later or you can get the spoilers. So, all right. Little updates yesterday. I said that it was Margaret Qualley was Cindy Crawford's daughter, but she's not. She's Annie McDowell's daughter. And I was getting her confused with Kaya Gerber, who is Cindy Crawford's daughter. And while I was looking her up, it looks like she recently broke up with Austin Butler. They're not really together anymore. So yeah. Okay. Let me pull up my notes. I was very prepared until the little snafu with the live stream. All right. So first of all, we're going to go over some little tidbits, some things that don't really fit into the rest of the stories, but I was just scrolling through and I found them. I hope everyone could hear me. What microphone am I using? Oh, I wish there was a way that I could tell. If only someone was watching. Oh, well. Okay, so the tidbits that we got. Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg had a birthday party this weekend, and or his wife's birthday, and apparently he dressed up like Benny Boone. If you don't know him, he was the guy at the Grammys that wore the powder blue tux that had like the deep like slit in it, and he like did a flip. So Mark Zuckerberg cosplayed as him and did like a dance and everything, and some people just don't need to have $1 billion. And all that money with nothing to do with it, because I just don't think that we need a Benny Boone cosplay for Mark Zuckerberg. But Benny Boone's song is really good. I highly recommend downloading the one that he played at the Grammys. It's really good. It's a banger. Okay, the next tidbit that we have is a little bit of anniversaries that we have going on. It was 2 years ago that Scandival occurred. So 2 years ago at this time, I was literally glued to my phone, scrolling, looking for every story about Raquel, Tom Sandoval, Ariana Grande, or Ariana Madix. I even have my daughter a little onesie that says "Born in the Year of Scandival." I was obsessed. And who would have thought 2 years later that we're all Tom Sandoval apologists after watching him on The Traitors? He actually accidentally managed to turn his reputation around. I don't think he meant to go on there and, be goofy. I think he thought he was actually doing a good job, but he wasn't. But yeah, so now everyone's got a little soft spot in their heart for Tom Sandoval. It only took 2 years. And Ariana Madix is thriving. So I think it worked out good for everyone in the end, except maybe Raquel, because she hasn't quite bounced back. The next anniversary was I had my Us Weekly magazine scrolling through, and they said that it's the anniversary of this Academy Awards. Was in 2009 when Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt walked the red carpet together, or separately since the Angelina Jolie drama. So I remember all of that like it was yesterday. It was one of the very first pop culture scandals that I really remember like following, being Team Jen back when we used to pit women against each other. We still do, but I try not to. And we should all be mad at Brad, you know? Now in hindsight, it was all Brad. It was all him. Yeah, that's another one. You know, a lot of time has passed. We've had a lot of time to reflect, and we kind of look at things a little differently. So those were both of my little tidbits that I just, you know, thought were interesting. And yeah, so let's get into the Oscars recap. Some things that I didn't go over yesterday, but I wanted to. Let's talk about some of the couples at the Oscars. Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez were there together. They have been, to me, kind of a polarizing couple because of the grand gestures that Benny Blanco does. That's just... for Valentine's Day, he did a nacho cheese bath for her, and the logistics of that just don't make sense. That's not what I would want. Don't tell my husband to give me a nacho cheese bath because I don't want that. And then another one was a picnic with Taco Bell. They both really love Taco Bell. I'm a Del Taco girl. I'll take a Fiesta pack. I'll take jewelry, not a nacho cheese tub, please. Let's see. Michelle Trachtenberg, a lot of people were upset that she was not in the In Memoriam. And, you know, she wasn't really a big, like, in movies a lot. She was in Gossip Girl. She was known for that. But I think a lot of people forget that she was in Eurotrip, and that movie should have been nominated for an Academy Award. So I think maybe, yeah, she should have been in the In Memoriam. That's my opinion. But, you know, the Academy says that there are a lot of people that they have to honor, and they try to honor all of the, you know, people that are in the Academy movies, those films. So Gene Hackman was honored in that. And Michelle Trachtenberg will probably be honored in the Emmys one later in the year. And if not, we'll riot, you know? Just kidding. Okay, the after parties, that's where it was. That was the place to be. I thought the fashion at the after parties was like, you know, a little bit more casual, but like not casual because they're all in dresses still, but just like a little bit more fun. You got to see like their style. So there was the Elton John after party. He always does the after party after the Oscars, and Chappell Roan was there. Performing. I saw a clip of her performing Pink Pony Club, and Elton John has like the pink hat on and is just living his best life. And I would love an Elton Chappell collab. Let's make that happen. But yeah, they just look like they were having a good time, both living their best life. Another after party that's common for the Oscars is the Vanity Fair Oscar party, and that one was where everyone was at. Lindsay Lohan was there in a white dress. She is back. She's out of her, you know, child star baggage era, maybe. And now she's living her best life. She has a kid. She has a new husband, I think. I don't know if it's her husband or boyfriend, but they have a child together. And she just looks really great. And I need more Lindsay Lohan. Freaky Friday's coming out. Very excited about that. So we'll be seeing Lindsay Lohan more on the red carpets, and I think that's a good thing. Let's see. Other things from the Vanity Fair party, or the Vanity Fair red carpet. Hannah Berner and Paige DeSorbo from Summer House. They were there interviewing the celebrities, having a good time. I love Paige and Hannah. I'm a giggler. Love Giggly Squad. And so it was just so fun to see them out there having fun, chatting with the celebrities. Hannah Berner has like a friendship with Hailey Bieber. So they have this like inside joke that they're best friends. And then Paige got to get in on it. And so I love seeing that. I would love to see more Hailey Bieber X Giggly Squad collabs. And then, yeah, Hannah Berner got hair extensions, super long hair. And she was feeling herself. I loved it. Good for you, girls. Let's see. Oh, I forgot to go. I moved too fast with the couples. Ariana Grande was there with Ethan. I don't know his last name. I'm not going to remember his last name. I don't like it. That's all I'm going to say. I love Ari. I just don't like this. I just don't like this. And if it makes her happy, it can't be that bad. But from the outside, it's not my life. You do you. Just not a big fan of Ethan. And they were there, and I was triggered. So, okay. All right. Some other red carpet highlights. Ben Stiller was on the red carpet, and he was chatting about his thoughts on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And he was just really upset that Kyle and Dorit couldn't get their shit together. And they're both going through such a hard time, and they should be leaning on each other. And so I agree, Ben Stiller. I do. I don't think that they should be fighting at this time. They need each other because they're both going through the same thing. So I feel you, Ben. I really do. And I just thought it was really cute because he's like, I'm not caught up because I watched my daughter, and so I have to wait for her. And so I just thought that was fun that they watched the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills together. It all comes back to Bravo. All the celebs love Bravo. John Hamm, Ben Stiller, Lady Gaga. So if you're not on the Bravo board, I highly recommend. I say a lot, so that's something I'm working on. I know it's the morning, but you can make a drinking game out of it. Okay, so. Oh, another thing about the Oscars, okay, this is the last thing, is at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, a lot of people were saying that Timothée Chalamet was cozying up to the Kardashian sisters, making friends with Kim Kardashian, who I did not like her Vanity Fair dress. It was like white. It looked wrinkled, and it looked like a big poofy dress from the front. And then in the back, it was like tight, and it had pockets, and it looked like she was just pushing her dress forward. A lot of people said it was reminiscent of her dress to Chris Humphries. And yeah, I didn't like it. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet was there with cozying up with the Kardashians, and getting in with his future sister-in-laws possibly. And hanging out with Corey Gamble. If you know anything about Corey Gamble, I can go into that, on a different day. But yeah, Timothée Chalamet and the Kardashians. I love Timmy, and the Kardashians are honestly in their flop era right now. And so I just don't know if it's the best for, them to be entangled. He's tried to keep himself separate from them for a while. Like, he's not even on the Kardashians right now, even though him and Kylie have been dating for a while. He won't film with Kylie, which I think is a good thing, like, personally for him. But for me, I want to see it. And I just don't. Yeah. I think he is wise to keep himself separate from the Kardashians. And it seems like as him and Kylie are getting closer, that he's kind of, meshing with them a little bit more. So we'll keep an eye on that. Speaking of the Kardashians, we're about to get into our Bad Baby and Alabama Barker drama. And I'm so excited. I've had no one to talk about this. And it doesn't seem like it's on the internet at all, which is kind of crazy because, the Kardashians are all over Us Weekly. They're all over, the tabloids and everything like that. And they have no problem, giving attention to their kids, positive or negative, as long as, like, their kids want the attention. And so right now, a Kardashian side character, I guess you would call her. Alabama Barker is making some waves. And I think that the Kardashian, team is trying to shut this down because she is bad baby is throwing out some crazy accusations. So let's get into it. Okay. This all starts back on Dr. Phil with a girl named Danielle Bregoli. Some people may know her as the Catch Me Outside girl. She is, and I'm going to get visuals soon. I have 2 kids and I have a full-time job. So I am, slowly working on this, but I am eventually going to get, this is opposite. On one of these sides, I'm going to get like a little board so I can do some visuals and show you the pictures because I do think you need to see what these people look like. So I'm going to get those as soon as possible. Okay, so back to Danielle Bregoli, Catch Me Outside girl. She's on Dr. Phil. Her mom put her on the show because she was stealing cars and she was very young and had an attitude. And so her mom had actually been trying to get her on Dr. Phil since she was really, really young to get her into like this behavioral camp. The one Paris Hilton went to that doesn't have great reviews. It's not the same one, but it's just think along those lines if you've heard anything about that. Okay. So she's on Dr. Phil. People in the audience had a problem with her. She goes, "Catch me outside. How about that?" And a star was born that day. Danielle Bregoli went to the camp, didn't have a good time, came back to Dr. Phil and was forced to say thank you to Dr. Phil for letting her go to that awful camp. And she just hasn't really had like the best life. She then took all of her notoriety, went to OnlyFans as one does, and made millions of dollars on OnlyFans, and became a rapper. Has had a few songs in the past. One of them is called Gucci Flip Flops with Lil Yachty. And yeah, just living her life. Okay. She recently had a baby in March with Levon. That's all I could find was his name was Levon. I couldn't find his last name. And so they had a baby and in March 2024, and their baby's name is Callie Love, and the name Callie has a special place in my heart. But yeah, so bad baby is like going through postpartum. She's really in it right now. And then recently finds out that she actually has blood cancer. So she's going through chemotherapy. Money, you can have all the money, but you still have problems. And so bad baby has been going through it this past year. So that's her. That's where we're at with her. Okay, we're going to put a pin in that. We're going to go back to the other girl in this beef, and that is Alabama Barker. Alabama Barker is the daughter of Travis Barker and Shanna Moakler. They had that MTV show a long time ago, Till Shanna and Travis, Till Death Do Us Part, or is that the Carmen Electra one? They had a show. Drop it in the comments if you know. I don't mind being corrected. Correct me if I'm wrong. They were on a show on MTV, kind of like Newlyweds, but like the punk version. And they had Alabama Barker, and then they had her younger brother, Landon Barker, and he's going to come around later too. So remember that name. So they had their kids, Alabama. This is just a side tangent, but then Shanna Moakler broke up with Travis Barker and went on to be engaged to Oscar De La Hoya, who knew, and had a kid with him, but with Oscar De La Hoya, but they are ex-fiancés. They are not together anymore. But it's so crazy. If you kind of put like the Kardashians in the middle and like web it out, it's crazy how many connections like you can get back to them. I'd love to do like a big board one day. That would be so fun. Okay, so They had the baby. They had Alabama. Her name is Alabama. Travis Barker and Shanna Mokler, or actually Travis Barker is obsessed with the movie True Romance. And more specifically with the character Alabama Whitman from that movie, played by Patricia Arquette. Every single one of his girlfriends, he's had dress up like that character, which is kind of weird. And then he named his daughter after that character. So her name's Alabama. And after that, now he's with Kourtney Kardashian. I forgot to tell you that. I assume that that's just common knowledge, but yeah, Travis Barker's with Kourtney Kardashian. And they are all living in this Calabasas house. Travis, Kourtney, Alabama, Landon, all the Kardashian kids, or I guess Disick kids, because that's so, and then Rocky Barker, the newest baby. So they're all living in this Calabasas house, 20 bedrooms, you know, you could go the whole day probably without seeing someone. And Alabama just, it seems like every day she just is filming herself getting ready to go out. And it's like, what do you do? What do you do, Alabama? What do you do? Okay, so we're well versed on all the characters right now. We got all the characters in line. Alabama, Bad Baby. And also, I don't know if this matters, but Bad Baby spells her name B-H-A-D. B-H-A-B-I-E. I just thought you should know. Okay, so then, okay, I know it's a lot, but we're going to get through it. Alabama starts messing around with Bad Baby's baby daddy, Levon, and Bad Baby catches them. And then Alabama is like, I didn't know he was your man, but they're friends. So it's like, how did you not know that they were on and off? Like, even if they weren't on at that time, they still had a child together. So it just seems like a little weird. And I was doing a little research, and in December, Us Weekly did an article about how Alabama Barker is staying away from Bad Baby's man. She doesn't want anything to do with him. The title of the article is Alabama Barker says she has no interest in Bad Baby's boyfriend, Levon, and she claims that he's abusive. And that's from December 2024. And that is an Us Weekly article that is saying that. So that's important later. I'll talk about that. I know I got a lot of pins in the air, but I promise I'm coming back to all of them. Okay. Alabama goes, I've been to her house one time, and she's saying this all on like a live. This isn't an interview because, you know, these pull quotes, you would think they're from like someone interviewing her, but no, she just talks all day, making videos. Must be nice. I wish I had the time to just chill, get ready all day, and just make cute videos. That's the dream. So she says, I've been to her house one time and I guess he was there, but I never saw his face. I'm not looking to wreck anyone's home or family. I don't get any cool points from that, and I don't benefit from it at all. So I would never date this man. And then she says she did try to ghost him. So that was a quote from the article, that last thing. This is her saying she did try to ghost Levon, but he kept trying to message her, and he kept saying that like he really loves her. But he refused to tell Bad Baby the truth. And then Alabama says, I take full accountability for the things I did participate in. Whether I did or did not know, that's not fair to her. And I will give Alabama credit for this one line because I thought it was funny. She goes, he's pushing 30 and thinks it's okay. That's honestly scary. I understand the frustration. So it's kind of like a little backhanded, like burn to Bad Baby. It's like, why would he even want this man? He's 30. Like, who would even want him? I get why she's frustrated. Like, so shady, Alabama. But yeah, so that was her comment back in December. And now, you know, in January, things start to get a little crazy. I think it's like kind of around when Bad Baby was like getting diagnosed, going through her chemo. It can be so stressful. And when you're really hurt, things can trigger you and you can hurt other people. And I think that's what she did. She made a diss track. Sorry, I want to get the verbiage right. She made a diss track. Bad Baby did about Alabama. She called it Overcooked and just kind of basically, you know, laying in on her. And diss tracks are done all the time. So, you know, why is this big news? Because then it starts to escalate. And so that was January 26th that Bad Baby did that first diss track. Then Alabama responds because she has a recording studio in her house. She could just walk downstairs and go, Daddy, help me, let's record this. Because her dad is Travis Barker. So they go down and they make a diss track called Cry Baby. And it's, you know, she calls her out. She says like kind of, I think she's like, I wouldn't want your man. Or no, even one of the things she says is even after all of this, you're still going to take him back. So, you know, all and that kind of thing. Saying that she doesn't want him anyways. Why would all that stuff, you know, classic diss track stuff. But still at this point, it's just two girls, you know, having a rap battle. That's as the kids do. And then February 25th, Bad Baby takes it up a notch. And she makes a song called Miss Whitman to reference the naming of Alabama and where they got that from. And so Miss Whitman is a bop. I recommend listening to it. It's sampling a Kanye song. And so that is the first blow, is that to the Kardashians and to Alabama, is that, you know, they use a Kanye song and Kanye allowed it. And it's just a note, you know, Kanye does what he wants, but it just looks bad to let Bad Baby take his sample to distract Alabama Barker, who is the stepdaughter of Kourtney Kardashian, his ex-wife. So then, Bad Baby comes out with Miss Whitman, and she basically is just calling out Alabama. And, you know, in this day and age, in the year of our Lord 2025, we do not slut shame. You do you, boo. But when we're talking diss tracks, there's no rules. I don't know everything, but I assume that there's no rules in diss tracks. And Bad Baby goes on to say lyrics about, she goes in on Kourtney Kardashian saying that she's Travis Barker seconds and that he wanted Kim first, which everyone knows is what happened. She goes, I had the quotes from the lyrics. She goes, she says that she accuses Alabama of getting pregnant by Tyga, Kylie's ex, and then having an abortion. And in it, she goes, we saw the sonogram. And I did look on TikTok, and there is a picture of Alabama that she took down. And there is a little sonogram like folded. If you've had a sonogram, you know what a sonogram looks like. And I saw the sonogram, just like Bad Baby. We all saw the sonogram. Did she get pregnant by Tyga? That's crazy. That would be crazy. That would be really crazy because Tyga is Black China's baby daddy. They have King Cairo, and then Tyga broke off with Black China and went to Kylie Jenner, Timothy Chalamet's new boo. And now if Tyga is getting with Alabama Barker, it's just crazy. That would be crazy if Alabama got with Tyga. It's also saying, she also says that she hooked up with the whole NFL and now she wants a team, that she flew down to Florida and hooked up with Jack Boy. And from what I've seen, everyone's like, oh, not Jack Boy, not Jack Boy. And And then poor Soldier Boy catches a stray. She goes, I got plaques on plaques on plaques, like Soldier Boy's teeth. And like, I guess Soldier Boy has messed up teeth. I didn't know that, but like poor Soldier Boy catching a stray from Bad Baby. I don't know if she was accusing Alabama of getting with Soldier Boy too. But it's a crazy song, but it also is like kind of catchy. She goes like, damn, Alabama, you's a tramp, Alabama. And now every time I hear the word Alabama, I always like say it with that cadence, and it's stuck in my head. Definitely not going to get radio play. You're going to have to go search it out. Don't listen to it with the kids in the car. Yeah, it's all crazy. Oh, and then bringing it back. Oh, and then another line that she's also, for reference, these girls are like under 20 years old. They're not even like 21. And Bad Baby makes a reference like, you have 1,000 body count and you can't even drink. And for those that don't know, body count means that like you a lot of notches on the bedpost is what a body count means. So if you have a high body count, a lot of notches, you know. Okay. So Landon Barker, this whole time, okay, sorry, one more thing. The song comes out, and then Bad Baby does visuals. She does a music video, and it has a Travis Barker lookalike with Famous Stars and Straps and everything. Do you guys remember Famous Stars and Straps from high school? Like the stars and all that Blink-182 stuff. So she had all of that, and then she had herself kind of looking like a broke ass Alabama, and she was just like dancing around, like grinding on Travis Barker, like fake Travis Barker, like playing the drums. You can go watch the music video. It's just basically like any rap music video, but it's just funny that it has Travis Barker in it. So she drops that video and everyone's going crazy, looking at all the references, breaking it down, and it's all over TikTok. Meanwhile, if you look at Landon Barker's TikTok, he's in his bathroom singing to the Fray. Yeah. How to Save a Life. What's that other one? Cable Car. In my head, singing along. I guess he has a collab with the Fray. And so it's just like so funny to think in this giant ass mansion in Calabasas. We got Alabama Barker just getting ready to go out, making diss tracks, hanging with Tyga, causing problems. And then we have Landon just singing in his bathroom to the Fray like nothing's happening. I would kill to be a fly on the wall in that house. And then the little kids, who knows what they're getting into. Meanwhile, Kourtney Kardashian's fighting a protest about Calabasas water. Yeah, it's a crazy. And then meanwhile, this weekend, while Kourtney is protesting, TikTok is going wild with this conspiracy theory that Mason Disick got a girl pregnant and has had the baby for a year. And these conspiracy theorists, it's all these theories that baby Rocky is actually Mason's baby and they're just covering it up. This is all alleged. None of it's true. This is just what people are saying on online. And I think it's so funny. I love to like listen to all the conspiracy theories and things that people come up with. Yeah, so people thought that Mason Disick had a baby. He has his own social media, and sometimes he just posts things about his family, and then they have to like pull it back. And I don't know what got posted, but a lot of people thought that he had a baby, and they even thought the name of the baby was Piper. And while Kourtney was out protesting, all of this was happening. The Alabama song is still spiraling, and Kourtney's out there protesting. And then finally, I think Sunday, she did an Instagram story being like, Mason did not have a child. He is a child. That's disgusting for you to like say all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, when you let your kids have this, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like, you can't be like, my kid values his privacy, but then meanwhile, everyone knows who he is, and I'm going to give him like social media. So it's just, I'm not in their shoes, so I can't do it, but I can judge from afar. And then another little tidbit about Kardashians that I happen to see is that Dream Kardashian, who is Black China and Rob Kardashian's daughter, she is the only true Kardashian child, because all of the other were, there's the West children, there's the Disick's, there's Chloe's kids who are Tristan Thompson. Yeah, so I guess they would have Thompson as the last name. And so Dream is the only Kardashian, and she's Black China's daughter, and the Kardashians hate Black China. So it's kind of like funny that the only true Kardashian to carry on their name is born to the one person that they actually like do not like. And this weekend on TikTok, not this weekend, but recently on TikTok, Dream decided to go on and be like, I am the only Kardashian. I'm the only one that's a Kardashian. And I love that for her. Dream is the cutest, I think. She is so cute and the only Kardashian. Long live, Dream. Long live. And she knows it, which I love too. Black China's putting that in her head. Like, girl, you're the only Kardashian. Know that. It seems like the Kardashians are kind of in their flop era. I don't even watch the show because they're not showing me Timmy. I don't know if they're showing Odell Beckham. Tell me, are they showing Odell Beckham? Like, it just seems like it's a big ad for all of the stuff that they want to promote. And until something good happens, I'm not gonna tune in. I've watched every single episode, every single season, and I'm just not into it this season. Give me Timothy Chalamet, and I will watch. But the point of me saying that is that the Kardashians are in their flop era, but the Kardashian children, the offspring, give them a show, put them on TV. This is the new era that I want to see. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. I can't believe how long I went talking about Bad Baby and Alabama Barker. I'm running behind on the Bachelor recap. We had hometowns. They went to Boston and they had cannolis. Boston cannolis are the best. Don't bother getting a cannoli if you're outside of Boston. Just don't bother. That is really serious, but let's see. Oh, and the Boston one of the cousins was named Vinny, and he's like, I'm cousin Vinny. Love that movie. So that made me laugh that there was a cousin Vinny. Second hometown was Zoe in New York. They tried on dresses. There was one dress I really liked, the one that was like short that had the pearls on it. Zoe seems really confident, but then she also didn't get the one-on-one. Her sister Faith was really direct and was like, why did my sister get the one-on-one? And I think Grant's explanation was pretty like reasonable, although I've never heard it before. I've never heard a bachelor go, I know where I was with her. Like, we had really good conversations. And so I just knew. And so, like, I don't think I've ever seen where they didn't have a one-on-one. So his connection with Zoe seems pretty strong. Let's see. I did this in order. Oh, during the commercials, there was a commercial for Dr. Odyssey Shark Attack. I don't watch Dr. Odyssey, but I'm into a Shark Attack special. Does anyone watch Dr. Odyssey? Should I watch it? I have a lot on my plate. So if it's really worth watching, I might just tune in for the Shark Attack one and report, because it just looks so silly, so dramatic, and it looked kind of funny. And it's Pacey from Dawson's Creek. So I don't know. The next hometown was in Utah. Ginormous family. I just don't see Grant, I just don't see Grant with that family, with the Mormon, in that Mormon church. If I feel like it's something you kind of have to be born in. Not a lot of people go into I guess a lot of people do, but I don't see it for Grant. I guess that's what I'm going to say. Let's see. And the last one was in Chicago, and Rose, her family couldn't come. It's not they couldn't come. They came and then last minute decided that they weren't going to do this, that they couldn't be there. And I would be devastated if I was Rose. That's just not, it puts a lot of things in your head, and it doesn't really set her up for success to move on. Like, how can Grant propose if he's never even met her family? But they did meet her friends, and it seems like they made, I was going to say milk out of lemonade. They made lemonade out of lemons, and they had a really good time with her friends, and they both shared that feeling, which I thought was kind of cool, that they both were like, we both ended up having a really good time. It could have been bad. Let's see. So, spoiler alert, I'm going to go over who he lets go. He lets Rose go, the one who didn't meet his family. Oh, and she was in Chicago. I don't know if I said that. And we all saw that coming. If you don't meet the family, how are you going to propose? And poor Rose. She'll be good for Paradise. I think she'll be good for Paradise. Obviously, none of them are going to be the next Bachelorette, because that's not happening. I guess maybe they could. Eventually, they always pull them back. But I don't really see it for any of them. And we'll see where we go next week. And what happens next week on The Bachelor. It looks kind of crazy. It looks like he actually is in love with two people, which it happens on The Bachelor. You get feelings. So we will see what he does. Oh, next week isn't even the finale. Next week is Women Tell All. And I noticed in the trailer, they didn't do a lot of clips of what was going to happen on it. They did a lot of clips of what had happened in the past. So I'm kind of interested to see in what the drama was on that. I hear there is drama from Women Tell All. So we'll see what turns out from that. I will be recapping that on Tuesday. We're coming to the end. Got to get the kids up. Got to get to work. Tonight we have Beverly Hills. We will be recapping Beverly Hills. Hopefully Ben Stiller and his daughter will be sitting down, tuning in, and he doesn't have to wait for her. Let's see. Jennifer Tilly is the new friend of. I love Jennifer Tilly. She's a character on Modern Family. She, what else do I know Jennifer Tilly from? What was it? Liar, Liar. She's in Liar, Liar. But I love her as the new friend of. So watch Beverly Hills tonight. I'll be going over that tomorrow. And any other celebrity gossip, celebrity news that comes up, we'll be going over that too. Bailey in the comments yesterday of the video asked if I will be doing the Summer House recap. Yes, I will be doing Summer Cap on Thursday. Summer House is on Wednesday nights, so I'll be doing that on Thursday. It's been a good season so far, and Paige is going to eviscerate Kyle, and I'm so excited. So I will be doing that recap. And yeah, so come back tomorrow, 6 a.m. I was a little late due to technical difficulties, but I will be shooting for 6 a.m. If I'm not there, I will be there within the hour. So if you want good content, wait. Okay? All right. You guys have a great day, and see you later. Bye.